All right. We are live.
Hey guys! Hello!
Hey, chat room.
Hello. Can you see us, guys? Can you hear us?
Tommy, no, I'm just...
Please don't touch.
Aww. No pinball wizard? All right.
Make Pinball Wizard.
All right. I have stuff queued up, so I am ready. We are live and ready to go.
All right, let's do it.
Well, as soon as the chat room says they can hear us.
All they're seeing is that someone said they can hear us.
Let's see. No, I don't see anybody confirming.
Kazrick, hear and see you. Okay, now it's saying 205 still, huh? Okay.
Well, I don't know how to update the front page. Zod did that last time.
Oh! Well then I'll do it.
No, sorry.
I didn't know you had no idea.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just a recording guy.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I didn't know you were stuck on that. Yeah, I can fix that.
Okay.
Just need to
Yeah,
log in.
Yeah, and I put the video link in the show notes.
Don't mind me. I just write stuff and talk stuff.
Oh, dude, if I had known, I would have fixed this ages ago.
I didn't even think about it. Too many moving parts.
Mm-hmm.
We need a podcast red book. Just sit down, open it up, do this, do this, do this. Hey, I got sound working. I'm halfway there.
All right,
Yeah.
the Google link worked. Good.
All right, let her get the front page updated because I sent out the link to our web paste.
My bad. Hold on.
No, not your bad. I should have said something earlier.
Pages. Edit live. Thrilling podcasting for all the people.
Yes.
Alright, pages. Live. Ah, there it is. Really, that's it? Really?
What's that?
That's a weird URL. Okay. Never seen one with a hyphen in it.
Yeah, it worked though. I tested it to make sure.
Alright. Page is updated. Alright, refresh now. Tell them to refresh now. Not that they can hear us. Hear me telling them to.
I am still seeing 205 on the front page.
No, the front page is one thing. You got to go to the live page.
See? Technically. Okay, going live. 206, yes.
Yes!
And hitting.
I am the champion.
All right, then. All right, let's do it.
Okay, so I'm assuming just from the notes, this hasn't been said, but I'm taking lead?
Looks like it.
Okay.
Go ahead and count us down.
Alright, so in 5, 4, 3, 2, on this episode of the AIE Podcast,
our meetup site needs your help.
DDoS attacks have high DPS.
Max likes spreadsheets too.
WildStar has a new soccer management.
Appleass and Ducks from Lord of the Rings Online.
And all that and more coming up right now.
bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome to episode number 206 of the podcast celebrating the AIE Podcast gaming community. Hey AIE, I'm Aludra and I think you're awesome. Right over here we have Michaela.
Hey guys, I have pumpkin scones cooking in the guild kitchen.
Ew. And filling in for the Dragon Con bound Accusod is Tetsemi.
I have more spreadsheets.
Oh, we have a spreadsheet off.
Mm-hmm.
This week we are joined by special guests, the wonderful Appelas and the magnificent Ducks, who are here to talk about the Lord of the Rings Online. Hey guys!
Hi there. Hello.
Welcome to the game show.
How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Thank you for the compliments. I didn't expect that.
Well, you guys are pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Magnificent.
Words are hard.
Words are very hard. Oh. Alright, so before we dive into Lord of the Rings Online and such, let's see what everybody's been up to. Because, fun and joy and everything. So, Michaela, how's your week been?
Well, I would love to say that I spent it in game, but I haven't. But besides that, pretty good. We have a theater company I volunteer for has a show opening up next weekend, so I'm running around like a proverbial chicken with my head cut off with that. Always a good time.
Oh, fun.
And discovered there is a new way to get my daughter to actually listen to things. She got her own phone, and she chose 3 podcasts to download on her own. One is CTR, one is Angry Chicken, and the last one is the AIE Podcast. So now I know if I want to call her out on something, I can just say it on air.
That is awesome. Oh, I wish my kids would do that, but no, they get enough of my voice.
Yeah, I was pretty honored, though.
Yeah.
I tried to get her to take the recycling out before the show, and she couldn't hear me because she was upstairs listening to last week's show.
Yeah, because, your voice overlapping your voice. Who's really talking? Nah.
Exactly.
That seems like a convenient excuse to me. If ever there was a convenient excuse, that would be it.
I liked it. But last week, Sunday, we raided, and we're pretty much trying to get Gary on farm. We're doing a really good job at it. And last week, with the exception of Paragons, we got a darn good night with no wipes.
Nice. Very nice. That's awesome. Because I was there. I'm commenting like this is news, but everybody always beats me to the raid news punch. So you'd think I would be, used to it, but no, I'm like, wow, that's so great. I was there. Why am I saying how wonderful that was for you when I was part of the team? Oh my gosh! Like seriously.
You are silly.
What about you, Tetsumi? What have you been up to on your second week as host fill-ins? You're awesome.
Not a lot, as McCullough said. We've been raiding, just mostly getting that organized, starting to look at what we're going to do for Warlords with the raid team and who's going to play what. So we've got some people that want to play different classes, play different roles. So we're kind of working through all that.
Yeah, because I'm still demanding my maid healer over here.
Yep.
That'd be great.
But we're using Plug goes here for the AIE wiki to manage everything. So we've got our normal setup for our raid team on the wiki, but then we've created a new page for our Warlords team so we can just have one place to keep track of it and then have the discussion about it on the forums. Use the forums.
I like the forums. They're a handy, handy thing.
Yes, they are.
All right, well, since everybody covered WoW pretty well, because I'm on the raid teams and everything, and yeah, Garrosh is dead, and that's cool. I still haven't got my heirloom, though. I'll talk Final Fantasy. I've been playing Final Fantasy a lot, because you know what? They've got pets.
No.
And you like pets.
Yes, I do. Actually, they've got some of the more adorable pets. What they do is they take everybody and shrink them down and then call them mechanical versions of them. So you get dollies of, like, very prominent lore figures and stuff. And then I got this adorable pink dress, and I can transmog in that game. So now, instead of being the spiky dragoon of doom that you cannot hug, I'm wearing a pretty pink dress. And I look so great.
But are you still spiky?
I'm still spiky deep down, but you just can't see it on the surface.
Sounds like a lot of people I know.
Yeah, exactly. Just like real life. But I also re-rolled in the game that you don't have to re-roll in, because why not? In that game, one character can be every class and every profession and everything. So you can literally have your one character and be fine. That's not good enough for me to have the universe in one package. No. So I had to re-roll.
Too?
Yes, I had to have I have to lord over 2 universes, it turns out. So there we go. Now I have 2 universes. And in other gaming news, yes, I'm still digging in the dirt everywhere. I got my 8th dig in the dirt game this week with Terraria. So, more diggings and more dirt.
At this point, you're just looking for games to dig in, aren't you?
Actually, no, it was a gift. Somebody in the officer forums was like, hey, I've got this free copy of this game. And I'm like, I've always wanted to play that. And I downloaded it, and I loaded it up, and I'm like, yeah! And then I realized 3 seconds that I'm digging in the dirt again, aren't I? I'm
it's
like a kid.
2D Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm like a kid in a sandbox. I just cannot get enough of building virtual castles or something. So, yeah. Apparently, I've got a problem. And it's that I don't want to play with clean Legos. I want to build in dirt all the time. All right. So how about you guys, Dux, Apollos? Anything cool going on that you're not going to talk about later?
Well, I've discovered a little game called Smite, and it's been taking a little bit of my time, and I've been having quite a lot of fun with it. I even purchased the God package to have all the gods and open up the game completely. And a lot of Star Wars too with the Conquest that came in. We have our 2 guild ship on each side. So we've been pretty busy. I've been pretty busy in Star Wars also.
Awesome.
I hear really great things about Smite. I was taking a look at it, just like the front page the other day. It looks like it's going to be a blast.
Yes, and it's easy to pick up, and unlike other MOBA style game, people are polite and are not complaining if you suck like me.
Nice.
I know Jocelyn, GIS Gamer on Twitter, really loves Smite, and I think she pulled Dills in to Smite this past week before they did the Angry Chicken.
Yes, I saw the Twitch stream this last weekend.
Yeah.
And we have a small group of AIE people playing Smite, so it's nice. And the Nomads are playing also, so it's pretty cool.
Great.
I have been watching the queue on BattleNet trying to get into Diablo.
Yeah. Thankfully, those DDoS attacks are starting to go down, but they're still annoying.
I figured they were timing it for when I get off work. As soon as I get home, bam. I did manage to play some with Ben last night. That was good.
Yay!
Yeah. I did the full rift, and you came in to pick up the loot from the Guardian.
Isn't that how you play it?
Twice. There was such a delay that my character would twitch on one side of the screen. I'd see a number flash by, and it's like, I think I'm hitting it. And then all of a sudden, boom, disconnect. And it's like, oh, man.
No.
It's been like that ever since patch day, so it's just kind of like, okay, it'll quiet down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully soon. Because we all want to play the games that we all purchased, and little brats should not be interfering. And guys, just so you know, I have checked my house thoroughly. They're not my little brats doing it.
It's not ours yet either.
Are you sure?
I'm certain.
They might be doing it from school.
Well, then that's the school's problem, but my kids know better. They know I'll turn them in.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yes, in a heartbeat, because that's not cool. My
No,
kids are
it's
not going to grow up to be internet trolls.
They better not.
No. All right, so let's move on from us and into what you want to hear, AIE News.
Woohoo.
AIE News.
First and foremost, guys, a huge guilty congratulations to Najara and Mathanug. They are our newly engaged couple. Our two fellow guildies just announced that they are formally engaged. Please give them 3 cheers and go punt a gnome just for them. Just a note, I am not a gnome.
Nor has she ever been.
Nor have never been Old Man Franks. I've been told that I'm a goblin. All right, and our Meetup.com group really needs your help. If you're a member of our Meetup group, you probably got an email saying that we don't have an organizer and want to know what it means. Well, originally we decided that we're going to close down the group due to lack of usage, and we couldn't really justify $140 a year to keep the group open. After consideration, though, we decided to let you guys have a say whether we should keep it open or not. We are now accepting optional dues of $10 per year. There's no usage fee or subscription restrictions, so if you don't contribute, it's not a huge deal. You don't have to, but we're really looking for members that find the service useful to consider helping fund it. Additionally, we shortened the name to Alia Acta Est, or from Alia Acta Est Gaming Community to just Alia Acta Est, so it's easier to find. And our wonderful guildies are already stepping in, and we are getting donations. If you want to help out, please go to our Meetup site and click the member dues link on the left-hand side. And thank you so much to those who already have. And I should probably scroll down.
Yeah,
Also, right? Our Dragon Con meetup is going on literally right now. Hosted by the newly engaged Mathnug, it's sure to be a good time for everyone down at the Joystick Game Bar. And if you're going to be at Dragon Con this weekend, keep an eye out for a ton of guildies who will be attending. I think we also have PAX going on as well. So if you're down there, keep an eye out for the AIE as well.
Oh, so jealous, so jealous. I wish I could just
Right?
travel around and go to all the cons and just be like, yeah. But then I'd be exhausted all the time. Wait. No?
Yeah,
No,
you
that's
really
life.
are.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's you already are, so.
And then I'd
more
have good
fun with it.
reason. And I'd have
Very
more
much so.
swag. I'd have literally exhausted swag. And yeah.
I would just be selling all the things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And in the wonderful world of Warcraft, because we have to be alliterative here apparently, denial of service attacks. Have you had a hard time logging into game lately? And we don't mean the pre-expansion blues either, but the nasty denial of service attacks that have been going on. Blizzard's aware of the issue and is working with their ISP and the other ISPs to improve the situation. If you're interested in doing something before the next expansion, take a look at the forums. There are leveling groups, RP groups, old school raid groups, gathering groups, and more. As you know, BlizzCon is coming, and we really want to have a guild hall. We will have some exciting news coming in the next few weeks about what we're doing and how you, yes you, can help. And in Star Wars...
That's Eludras, honey.
That's me.
Oh, that's what the A said. Okay.
Yes, that's what A stands for. It stands for not Tetsemi. So, there's a new Ask a SWTOR guildie up in the forums. This time, DrewMax is the victim. Okay, subject of this ultra fun way to get to know your guildies better. Head on over to the forums, ding ding ding, to poke prod, but remember, keep it family friendly. Max, it seems, has grown jealous of Tetsemi's spreadsheets. So he did a market analysis of the best use for dark projects and frameworks for guild ship unlocks. Yes, he sat there and did all the math just so you would know what to do and what is best. So good on you, Max and Tetsemi. Look out. Don't forget, the Amazing Race Season 2 SWTOR edition starts September 2nd, and that's next Tuesday. Whoa.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, that really snuck up on me. How about you guys?
The whole year's been sneaking up.
So true. Geez, it's already going to be September. And finally, speaking of SWOTOR, Sam and Max just celebrated 1 year of podcasting with the 52nd episode of the Escape Podcast. Head on over to iTunes and search for SWOTOR Escape Podcast to find them. Or we have linked them in the show notes, and I bet you they're on the forums.
They probably are.
Yes, they are.
And WildStar! The new co-guilds are up and running, which is great news. We have new blood sucker, an officer, as Varen, a.k.a. Sil, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, has agreed to join the ranks of the head cupcakes. And sadly, due to real-life constraints, Cav has had to step down as the game director of WildStar. But is it Jedi? I always see it written. Jedi, okay. I always see it written. I never know how to pronounce it. Has been just crazy enough to agree to take over.
Oh, well, you're in luck. Jedi is often on the show, and he will correct you.
Which is good, because, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, no one can pronounce my name, so I'm okay with it. I understand the issue.
Yeah. And your real name is really crazy. I can't even believe it.
And in Star Trek Online, the crystalline entity is back. Log in and complete the mission to earn 50,000, yes, you heard it, 50,000 dilithium, a holographic bridge officer, and more. Plus free items being given away all weekend from the C-Store. And with that, let's get back to Apollos and Dux and find out what's going on in Lord of the Rings Online.
Welcome, guys! I know, we haven't spoken in so long!
Yes, it's been a really long time. It's been what?
Couple months.
Couple months.
Couple months, but in AIE podcasting time, that's like 6 years. So we're really glad to have you guys back on. I heart you guys, and I really wish I could play this game.
Yes, especially now that, well, we'll talk about it later, but we have pets. But now let's talk about the update number 14, which is the Path of the Dead, with 5 new regions.
You want to be alive. So do you have to be dead to play this thing? Like, do you have to, jump off an in-game cliff to actually take part?
You can jump a cliff. You're gonna hurt yourself. Hear a bone-chilling crackling sound as your bone are breaking off. But you're still walking slowly, and you're still alive, so it's not so bad. Where was I? Oh yeah, we have 5 new regions, starting with the Path of the Dead. So we're now in the 3rd book, in the Return of the Kings, I would say. The Path of the Dead, as we know, Aragorn went through it to find all the ghosts to help him fight at the end the forces of Sauron.
Oh, we're doing that? That's cool. Oh, look at that.
Very nice.
And I will even show you the Path of the Dead if you wish.
Yes, please.
Cool. For everybody not watching the stream, you're going to miss out on seeing the actual Path of the Dead.
Which is why you should show up to the live recording.
Yes. And
if you can.
Here I am with my new outfit that I just bought for.
You look very roguelike.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, I like to go around town and say to people, "You have failed this city." And then here, I'll turn around. We can see Eowyn.
My favorite character.
Yes. And we are at the camp, and I'll get on my horse.
Impressed by your awesome gear. Did she mention that you look like you don't belong in the video game now? You look all Assassin's Creed meets World of Warcraft.
She's not very impressed.
Oh, well then, there we go.
Yes. And here I'll go. How about turn right?
He's turning right, folks. He's turning right.
Left, but
Ben's actually in the area right now called Dunharrow, and that is where, in the movies, all the Rohan forces came together,
Mhm.
And you see Argon split off from them. He takes his horse. He tries to get away from everybody to head into the mountain, into this scary place. And everybody talks about how if you go in there, you're going to die. So this is the area that Ben's riding through right now, which is Dunharrow. It leads up to the Pass of the Dead itself. So he's in
that is
Warhammer.
actually really cool because Eowyn was there, so that's proper with the forces and everything.
Exactly.
And yeah, people forget how close the books and the movies can be.
And they are trying to do their best to stick with the content of the books itself and still, put all the elements they can. It's nice.
Yeah, that's so great. I love how faithful the game company can be about this game and putting the content in that, is just totally matching.
And also with such a rich source of material, not just the movies that everyone's familiar with, but the original source.
Mm-hmm.
Now, question, because you had mentioned that they're to approximately Return of the King, and unfortunately I'm not that familiar with the written lore, so once you get past that point, what would they then be looking at for the gameplay?
Well,
any idea? Any rumors?
They're expanding into, right now is Western Gondor. Next will be, I believe, Eastern Gondor with Minas Tirith, which is the main city and the focal point, the big war at the end of the movie. And then it heads toward Mordor itself, and that's the Battle of Morannon, I think. They've really been kind of filling things in as they go. And they took a break when The Hobbit started to put in some large raid instances that fit with Erebor and the Hobbit setting. But their main thing is to follow the Lord of the Rings trilogy and then kind of the expanded universe around it.
Okay.
And so here we have the Dark Door.
Oh, wow. They have a big scary door, you guys! It is the biggest and scariest door ever!
Oh, wait until you're inside.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Scary.
On each side. Scary door.
When they first put it in, if you got too close to the door, you just drop dead.
Oh, nice.
So very much following the lore because Aragorn had not gone in yet, so...
Yep.
And here we are inside the Paths of the Dead.
Dun, dun, dun. Scary paths, guys. It's really dark.
We got ghosts flying around, the Oathbreakers. This is where the Oathbreakers are, the people that swore, oh yeah, Isildur, we'll help you against Sauron, no problem at all, we'll be there. See you at the battle.
Nope.
And then they just didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure Tolkien has outlined exactly what it is they were thinking and what happened and why they betrayed. But this is only a 1-hour podcast. So, does the in-game lore explain a bit what they were thinking and why they betrayed?
What's the city that is here that we see?
Oh.
Inside the mountain.
That is the remains of the city that the Dundalings founded, the Men of the Mountain. That's where all those folks lived after they fled.
Yeah, because they were like banished, and nobody wanted to deal with them anymore, right? Because they couldn't be taken for their word anymore, and so yeah, once that happens, wow, they really messed their lives up by just saying, "Sure, we'll be there," and then not chilling.
Decisions.
I like that ghost. He's like all following you, swirling around you, going, "Hey man, I'm a ghost. Are you scared yet?"
Not anymore. But yeah, the first time I went through here, I took my time and I was like, yeah, the atmosphere is pretty scary.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy atmosphere, but it's still pretty cool.
We have the second door, and we will
another death door! You guys, there's too many death doors at once. Whoa.
And
we apparently have to press X to toggle target lock-on mode. So that's good to know.
And we are entering the Blackroot Vale. And we'll talk about the different region, and I will teleport to the last city that we will talk about in a few seconds.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That is like the scariest place. I mean, geez. I'm glad the hobbits didn't have to go in there, man. They would not have enjoyed that.
It wouldn't have gone
It's a
well.
good thing.
No more
Yeah.
hobbits.
I
No
mean,
more
they were
hobbits.
brave, those hobbits. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that, that is a pretty scary looking place. So I'm glad for their own sakes they got to avoid all of that.
Yes.
So once you
what
actually go through the Pass of the Dead, like Ben just did, you end up in Western Gondor. So
Mm-hmm.
you're to the west of Minas Tirith along the coastline, and there's tons of Tolkien maps out there that lay everything out in just minute detail. There's some really good maps out there, but what you've got is now 4 more zones. You've got it basically starts around level 95, 96. You have the Blackroot Vale. That is where, from the books, the Stone of Erech is, and that is where the Oathbreakers met with Aragorn, and he released them, if I can remember anything straight. It's one of the more iconic spots. It's a gigantic glass globe that was moved there by the Númenóreans up to the top of a hill, and it's basically a haunted site. Nobody in the area will go near it. In the rest of that area, you actually start getting a new style of architecture. So, in most of the game right now, you have small towns, small villages, and they're laid out like you would expect a small town, small village in any game to be laid out. But one of the first towns you come to, it's actually built on the side of a hill, and it's a tiered construction, which is similar to what Minas Tirith is in the books and movies, and they kind of did a very small version of what Minas Tirith will be, where you have these gates, and you can make your way through the city, but the city goes up instead of laying flat on a plain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That
That's
itself
gonna be gorgeous.
is Blackroot Vale. Then there's another region to the south and east of that called La Médon. That's a bunch of small towns. There's some bounties that you can actually get in there, which is a new type of quest that they've put into the game. The bounty system is you turn it in, you can actually get better rewards, but it's usually just a little more difficult kind of an objective. I think you're making your way to Dolan Roth.
Yes, and because my milestone has 4 minutes and 30 seconds before it resets.
There's another. So to the west of that is a open raid. They put something new in. So they've already put in raids for the Hobbit, with the dwarven city of Erebor, things like that. They decided to put in an open raid in the sense of you can just go in there whenever you want. If you can complete an objective, good luck to you. Solo, it's pretty unlikely. But if you can get a group of people together of any type, it really doesn't. Composition doesn't matter that much. You could then go in, complete daily quests, complete. Just there's a couple single lead-in quests that you can do, and the area itself is basically populated with things that you'd only find inside a high-level raid instance. So like 100th level signature, which is the equivalent of an elite, or nemesis, which is the equivalent of like an elite double or whatever. They basically double the hit points, double the damage that they can output. And they're just roaming freely inside this area, which is composed of Corsairs. Corsairs is a new enemy in Middle-earth. They are the folks from the city of Umbar to the south, further south, and they were folks that threatened Gondor. And if you remember the movies, you see those pirate ships. And one of the pirates is actually Peter Jackson in costume, the director of the movie.
Yeah.
Those are the Corsairs of Umbar. So we're now seeing the Corsairs moving into the north. They're getting ready to attack Gondor, and they will take part in the Battle of Minas Tirith, which is going to be, from what I've heard, a gigantic skirmish raid kind of instance.
Oh, nice.
So then, the main area in Western Gondor is the city of Dolan Roth, and it is built on a hill above the ocean. And what they did with this was unlike anything they've had in the game so far. It's a real stone city, not like thatched roofs, tiled roofs, whatever, but a city that looks like what you would expect from the movies, like Minas Tirith or something Númenórean or Gondorian. Real stone blocks, banners flying in the wind. Swans is their major motif, I guess, is there's all kinds of like swans on the prow of the boats sitting in the harbor. There's swans on the emblems of their armor, like Ben's wearing. And they have this big city, and of course they put in a rep grind, but you got this big city, that's your hub now for higher level characters, and in there you got everything you need. And it's actually a very historic city in just the setting of the game, because everybody and their brother basically comes from there. Mm-hmm. And they did a really nice, just the way they designed it. You know, it's very different from previous stuff. If you've ever seen Bree from the movies or whatever, or from the game, Bree had its own look. It looks like a medieval town. This looks like a major town. And it's the first time they've actually had that setting that's not in ruins.
Neat.
Yeah, because they had that in the Dwarven halls when you help reclaim that, right?
Yep. If you go to, it's the Blue Mountains, and it's Thorin's Keep. Thorin's Hall there is Dwarven-style architecture. If you go to the raid instance of Erebor, you can see Dwarven-style architecture there. This is Men of the West, Gondorian New
Very cool.
Good.
We'll be there shortly.
Do we need a pair of coconuts? We'll do Monty Python.
That would be awesome.
So while we're waiting on that, is there anything particular that AIE is doing currently in Lord of the Rings Online? Do we have any events going on, or what are we doing?
Well, we played, when they came out with the patch, we were playing some chicken hockey pretty regularly.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Chicken hockey?
Yeah, shenanigans.
Get a stick, hit a chicken.
Awesome, all right then.
No, you just...
Okay, so it's just like Legend of Zelda hitting a chicken, where eventually they'll get angry and a whole herd of chickens will come after you? Or is this like Skyrim hit a chicken, where the guards will all swarm you for hitting a chicken?
Now, as long as you're within the boundaries of the playing field, the chickens will not carry out retribution.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
I would say,
you carry out retribution in this game, huh?
It's a lot like soccer. You kick the chicken, you make passes, you throw eggs to make other people sick and stun them.
Yep. They have hay bales as obstacles. You can kick the chicken on top of the hay bale, and then you got to figure out how to get the thing off there.
So angle it's like Mario Kart plus soccer.
Yeah,
it's pretty cute. You know, they have a little costume. You can get pet chickens. They have one for a chicken drive, so like you're hitting a line drive, or actually a golf drive. And chicken goes flying out with a little burger.
Nice.
And you have a chip. You can putt the chicken. You can chip the chicken. And
chicken bowling. And these are all emotes that you can just purchase with tokens.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Nice. I like that. Random anger management on small barnyard fowl.
Take it out on the
They sound a lot like pets, though, Eludra. I'm kind of surprised you like
if they don't follow you around forever, they're not a pet.
Oh, okay.
Actually, they do follow you around. They have
like,
lawn pets, and they have swan pets.
Yeah, but not for chicken punching. Come on, those are different chickens.
If you're gonna play Hobnanigan, the chicken's only on the field while it's on the field.
Yeah.
But there are chickens that you can actually purchase with tokens to have either a chicken hockey field in your kinship house, which is what I'm saving up for, so we can have our own chicken field.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, nice! Like out in the front lawn.
Exactly. It's kind of expensive with all the tokens, but I figure, you know what? I'll just keep saving up.
Great.
What you got, Ben?
Well, I did get to Dal Amroth. And here's a map of the city. And okay, I'm by the Harper's Court. I'll go to the middle and then to the court of the prince.
That is fairly big. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it's beautiful. Look at all, like in front of me, the statues here, the columns, and very theme with the swans, as you can see here, the swan wings everywhere.
You know, they have a modified white tree of Gondor. They often have the golden leafed tree. You'll see boat symbols because of this has been a port city since inception. It's where a lot or actually the city near it, is where a lot of the elves left Middle-earth when they would go to the Undying Lands.
Mm-hmm.
Or is this where Bilbo left from?
I think Bilbo left from Lindon up north, or the Grey
Okay.
Havens, which is up north. But
Think
this
it was
is one of the
Grey
sites where they left from. But Edhellond, which is the city nearby, was destroyed. And that's actually part of the lore within the game itself, that you get to see now the ruins of Edhellond.
Oh, okay.
Ben is
An
climbing
error.
a gigantic staircase.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that is
for-
huge.
to the court of the prince. And as you can see, look at all the
Oh,
details in front, the statues and everything.
Lots of
It's
statues in this courtyard. This is a grand courtyard here.
Yeah,
Swamp and
it's
statues.
simply gorgeous.
Yes. Big statues. Oh, geez, you look tiny in it.
Yes, indeed. You feel really small, but it's pretty epic. Fountains and everything.
Mm-hmm. I like the trees, how they're like all pink, like what you call it? Cherry blossom trees. Yes.
Yep.
Cherry blossom trees, and there's blue watermelon slices and massive faces, and now we see a room of big swans.
Yeah, the Great Hall of the Prince.
He had a thing for swans, man. These
Yeah.
swans are bigger than a T-Rex.
Him and all his ancestors.
Loved
And
swans.
tapestries on the
Oh,
wall.
look at that! More swans.
Yeah.
Swans on tapestries. Swans made of stone. Swans on the carpet. No, there's no swans on the carpet, but there should be.
There might be.
Hey, look, more blue watermelon. That's cool. Blue watermelon in Lotro.
Blue watermelon.
Yeah, those
Oh.
little boats. They look
Oh,
like
okay.
watermelon.
And here we have who's there? We have Loteriel. What can you tell us about our ducks?
That's the daughter of Prince Imrahil, the reigning leader of Dolan Roth. And at this point in the game, and in the novels themselves, Imrahil has left to go. He's basically answered the call of Aragon, the king, to get to Minas Tirith. Get to Minas Tirith. Bring your knights. Bring your soldiers. Bring everything that you can from your region that you maintain, like a feudal lord would do, and get to Minas Tirith to defend the city, because they already know the orcs, the forces of Mordor are amassing. So he has left his daughter in charge, and she is acting as regent, and you have a couple quests from her as part of the Epic series.
And here we have some swans in the water inside the palace. Do. Yeah, they're not very hungry, or they've been around humans.
Yeah, they're pretty accustomed to us. One of the items that was added into the Past of the Dead, just update itself, was called the Essence system and Essence gear. So in Warcraft we could always gem our stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
And in Star Wars you can modify the individual components of gear to customize it however you like it. They're doing that in Lord of the Rings with the Essence system. So you can get a piece of gear that will have one primary stat on it. It could be, strength, dex, whatever. But then from there, you can add whatever you want to it. And the essences, you can get them at a wide range of levels. You can gain them through quests. They just drop randomly from just playing the game. You can gain them through rep grinds, the nicer ones. And so you can get things and go like, well, okay, I want to make this set of armor more of a tanking set of armor. So I'm going to add crit defense. I'm going to add strength. I'm going to add a lot of vitality to it. And you can just put those individual pieces in, and essences always drop typically in a set of 7. So you don't just get one of them and you're sitting and holding on to that one because, will I ever get it again? You actually get 7 of them, same thing. And so you can trade them around, leave them in the guild bank, do whatever you want with it, and just tweak out your gear however you like.
Great.
Oh, that's good.
So it's not like a one-time drop, and if you use it, you need to keep go back to grinding for it?
No. You
That's
can
great.
purchase them actually from a vendor here in town, and then future vendors, now that they've got this new thing entered into the system, you'll be able to get essences from them too. A lot
Very
of them I find just
user-friendly.
doing quests.
Mhm.
And here we have the fount, right in the middle of the city, with swans swimming in it. And so, yeah, this city is grandiose. You have all the merchant around here, music players,
And of course, you can get a pet
musicians.
Because what is a town square without a profession vendor? I mean, honestly,
Exactly.
it is empty and meaningless without. And I'm not being sarcastic. I genuinely mean that. You can't practice your professions there, then it is not a good place.
Okay, let's move around here. And as I was reading here a little bit earlier, from now on until September 1st, when you play, you have 100% bonus on XP. So yes, I should be able to get to 100 this weekend.
Cool.
Of course.
Yay!
Now, are they still doing the thing where once you hit level cap, that what happens to the XP? Does it go away, or is there something you can do with it?
No, you're done.
Okay. I was trying to remember because there used to be, and maybe I'm thinking of another game, where you could put that XP into
Kind of bank it.
leveling up. Yeah, no, like leveling up weapons and armor and stuff like that.
Well, you can still gain item XP, as they call it, which just
Right.
improves your individual legendary items. Your character itself, your cap, you're done until they open up another level. But item XP and also XP for leveling up your warhorse, that's still around.
Okay.
So like Ben will have a legendary bow and then probably a legendary one-handed weapon as a hunter. And then of course a bridle for his warhorse that he can customize his warhorse. Those you'll still gain up to I think level 60.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
You don't have to worry about acquiring legendary weapons. You begin having them at level 50 and they're giving it to you by the bucket load.
They drop everywhere.
Oh, wow.
You trash more of them, like disenchanting, more of them than you'll keep because you're constantly looking for that perfect combo of traits, and then you can basically take an item from it when you disenchant it and add that to a piece of gear that you like. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
always tweaking it.
That's nice.
Oh. And we'll finish our visit here by looking at a big swan.
Big bird.
So I know what's not for dinner there. Swan.
No.
Is there some? It's the first time I went all the way in here, so let's go see in the
I really
back.
like what
what's
they
there.
did with the guards that you see roaming around. They have a very distinctive armor style. The helmet itself has swan wings designed into it, and the shoulders have these swan wings designed
Oh,
into it.
beautiful.
Just as
You
all the
actually get
birds! This is
as
like the
generic
most,
gear.
this is
Yeah,
the
there it
most
is.
cosplayed bird game ever, guys. Seriously.
And can we
Steve?
acquire those armor?
Yeah, that's the essence gear. If you wear heavy armor, that's heavy armor essence gear. It comes with base strength, and then you can put whatever you want into it.
Nice. Yeah.
The light armor's a little different. The medium armor's a little different.
Yeah. Even though I'm still 96, it's a lot of fun to play this game and so many things to do, especially kicking chicken around.
Right. But not swans.
We were pretty
No,
good
that's
at
one.
chicken hockey.
Oh yeah.
We had a couple folks on. We were kind of rotating through because you can do. They either have 3-on-3, and I think they have like 6-on-6. We didn't have enough for 6 people, but we easily had 4 or 5 people online at the time, and so we'd rotate through, and we were just cleaning up. We'd playing random guilds out there, or people that just kind of show up ad hoc. We were doing good.
Yeah, it's like, well, the red was always winning.
And
Because
we
when I
still-
played blue, I was trashed by red like crazy.
Huh? So it's kind of, a humorous circle, though, because, we're gamers. You have people that are interested in sports that do, like, the fantasy leagues and all of that. But now we're kind of bringing it back to now we have a game in our fantasy game.
Right.
A physical game in the fantasy game.
Yes.
Yes.
The fourth wall.
That's right.
Right? Very meta.
That's like playing chess in Karazhan. Once you defeat it, you can actually play against someone else. You can actually reset it and use it as a chess game in Kara.
Yeah, but by then you just don't want to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, let's go kill the last guy on top.
Karazhan
Right.
was one of my favorite raid instances in Warcraft.
Yeah, it's still a great one to do.
We talked about swans being pets, but what other pets do we have?
We have Hurons, which are
Yeah,
basically Ents that are not as friendly as Treebeard.
Oh, really?
Yep, it'll follow you around. Otherwise, it's pretty tough to get it. There are 3 different types, I believe, of Huron pet, and I've been trying to get one for quite a while. And the most I've gotten is a huge tree for the front yard of my house, which has like a bee's nest hanging down, and it's basically a Huron that's just frozen in time, hasn't woken up. It looks very angry. So, not the pet I was hoping to get. The odds on getting the pet are pretty slim.
Well,
Gotcha.
we'll send Aludra and she'll get them in 5 minutes.
She
Yeah.
certainly will if they let her in.
Yeah, right?
And if it doesn't involve digging in the dirt, because digging in the dirt for pets is apparently hard.
Not
There
really. I mean, do you know how many turnips I have? Like, seriously?
Yes, but crawling claws.
Oh, well, that's...
Don't taunt her, honey, please.
That's mean. You're mean. I don't think I want to be a friend no more.
Well, you have one. You just want to earn the achievement.
Yes, I do. And win the contest and make Ben cry.
Well, that's not hard. Not you, Ben. Not you, Ben Apollos. It's a different Ben.
Oh, I know.
Different Ben, sorry. Too many Bens.
Nah, there's no too many bends.
Alright, so we're winding down here. Is there anything else you guys want to add? Any cool stuff?
Come on over. We're hanging around.
She'd love to.
Yeah, you guys still doing that thing where new players, you guys will help them out and give them all the gear and show them all the Lotro love?
If they need it, it's
Yep.
easy to do.
That is so cool of you guys. That is seriously one of the coolest things.
Yeah, it is. It's a really great sense of community, too, that you bring to it.
Yes, we'll ride you through Goblin Town, empty your bags, and come with us, and we'll take you to... Where is that place with the dragon?
Sardur.
Sardur.
Yeah.
We'll do...
Van Flick is a
anything.
great meat shield. Van
Oh,
Flick
yeah.
there in the chat room. He's a great meat shield. You
I
kind of just
love
put
that.
him right in front of that dragon, and the dragon goes, "Whoa."
Alright, and judging by the sound of the buzzer, that's our show tonight.
Sorry about that, guys.
While the chat room begins suggesting show titles, we want to thank Apollos and Dux for joining us. Guys, is there anywhere you can be found on the net that you want our listeners to know about? Plugs, other things?
I can be found on Twitter at BenInMTL, BENINMTL. And on the forums, the AIE forums, I'm there, so...
Very nice.
I am Dux on the forums, and I have many names, but they're all in my signature. And just on Twitter, I'm Historic Geek.
Historic Geek, yes. That is awesome, especially considering how much you know about Tolkien and all of these books.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
Is
Very
that Semi around?
Yeah,
I am.
there he is.
Sorry.
Show not so hard.
That's right. If you have a question or comment about our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can also follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Accuzod is at Accuzod. Aludra is at Aludra_AIE. And McCullough is at Cyberwave.
Where are you
We were-
at, Tet?
Ivory Tiger. Mhm. We record live to video every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us on our website, the AIEpodcast.com. Just click the live link. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
And now it's time to play all the great AIE member segments that we received this week, including Ask a Magus, Overly Dramatic News, Ask Miss Mulgra, Buxley's Journal, and much lesser known Shaws.
All right, so next week we'll be talking to a mystery guest because we don't know who they are yet. So, guys, come on, seriously. So until then, AIE, this is Aludra.
This is McCullough.
This is Tetsemi.
And this has been the AIE Podcast. All right. We put in the music, but it's just going to be edited anyway. So.
Exactly.
All right.
So, guys, ideas for the show.
We have so far chicken sucker.
Or kick chickens, not swans.
Or possibly, whoop, I have to depart dinner, but I don't know if that was a show title or not.
I don't think so.
No,
I kind of like it.
Woof. I have to depart dinner. That is a great show title right there. Just wow. Really should bring in your A game here.
Right?
I like the kick chickens, not swans. It's a takeoff on make love, not war.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But we need to give our hosts more selection here.
Oh, yeah.
I really like the kicking chickens, not swans.
Chicken chickens. All right, then. We'll do that then.
1 second. Tetsimi's picking on my bad spelling.
This is what you get if you aren't in the live chat room.
Yeah, I was gonna let that pass because I was enjoying it.
Yeah, I did a double take on
So
that.
we all enjoyed that.
All right, thank you.
Shut up!
For the show title, Michaela. Nice keeping it classy, man. Getting ready for raid, I see.
That's right.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, so that's gonna be the show for tonight.
Okay.
So
Thank you, Ducks. Thank you, Applehouse. This was great.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
I love having
Yeah.
people on, but I hate seeing all the games because it makes me want to play all the games.
Yeah, I know.
You mean with your copious amounts of free time?
All
Right.
10 minutes of it.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast.